What's going on, guys, and welcome to a Raptor maintenance video. This video is on my 2014 Gen 1 Raptor. So today we are doing something called a Fuse 27 relocation. Essentially, Fuse 27, which controls the fuel pump, is known to overheat or melt, or I believe potentially in a really worst case scenario, catch on fire if it gets hot enough. So essentially they used a fuse that I assume was too small or not capable of handling the load. So all you do is take the fuse that it usually uses for the fuel pump, and you buy a kit, and I will put a link in the description of where I bought this from. This is a fuse relocation kit, so it gives you the fuse, which is slightly bigger, at least in footprint it's bigger, and you put this in a spot where it's not being used, and then you just solder the wire. So it's pretty straightforward if you are decent at hands-on projects like this. For me, hopefully it takes less than 2 hours. Hopefully it'll be like 1 hour. I'll be filming, so it'll take a little longer, but today we're gonna do fuse relocation, and definitely a more necessity on a truck like this. Probably not worth to roll the dice and wait for your fuse to melt. So the company Forged Off-Road is where I bought this from. It's like 30 bucks plus shipping, which in my opinion is pretty good for peace of mind and not having to worry about your fuse melting and then having your truck getting towed. So it has instructional pictures and sort of directions. There's also a bunch of YouTube videos out there as well, but I figured this was something I was definitely interested in watching a video on, so I'm going to film it for you guys today. All right, guys, so the first step here, we're gonna be working in this fuse box. I already popped this open, comes open really easily. And then you're gonna wanna find fuse 27. If you look right there, that second one in is fuse 27. And it's always helpful to double check. Maybe the previous owner did do fuse 27 relocation. So you just want to go on this bank, and then you're going to want to go on, let's see, so this 20 amp, I believe, is fuse 27 because it's 2 in and then it's in this bank right here. So something to check is actually making sure it wasn't melted already, is pulling it, and mine looks nice and fresh. So that is a good sign. I don't know if you can see that, but so when you pull the fuse out, it's nice to know if it's been melted already. I guess potentially you'd have to fix other things, the fuse box, other things, maybe if there's already damage, but mine looks fresh. Thankfully, we don't have any little melties on it, and we just have a fresh fuse to put in. All right, next step is to disconnect the battery. We're actually just gonna disconnect it from here. Because we're going to be working here, we have to take this out anyway, so it seems silly to take it out of there. Might as well just take it out of the area we're going to be working on. All right. Let's put something around here. Keep that there. Now you have to remove the fuel box, or the fuse box rather. And there's just these little tabs. You just push with the screwdriver, pull it up, push that up, and then I think same thing on this side. There's 2 at the front. Okay. All right, so now we gotta flip this thing, which is tough. All right, so this piece was a huge pain. That was in there. I just honestly ripped it out of there just with a little pry tool. Kind of messed these up a little, but it should go back in there. I just need that off so I can lift this thing up. So now, try to all right, so now that we got this thing up, we're going to get this top off, hopefully. All right, so once you get those clips on each side and then on the back, now we're getting close. And there's a blue and red, but this one doesn't look right. This one looks like the one that we want. It's the second one in right there. I don't know if you can see that. All right, so I don't know if we found the wire on video yet, but I found it. All you want to do is align these numbers with fuse 27. So if it's 3 bays up, so it's not this bottom row, it's not the one above it, but it's the third one above that. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then it's the second one in. So all you want to do is go 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, and it's this thicker blue and red wire. I don't know if you can see that, but it's this one right here that I'm kind of tugging on. That one, see what that one, I don't know if you can see that. All right, so I really apologize if you can't see that well, but it's not this top one right here, but it's this one below it, this one right down there, which is kind of in the middle. So it's the second one in. It's a lot more obvious in person, and it's intimidating at first, but it's this one right here. You're just gonna have to trust me on that one, and if I'm wrong, I guess I will let you know, but it's this bottom one in the middle, kind of here, right here. Follow it, grab it. All right, so it's this guy right here. Woo! No going back now. There we go. All right, guys, next step is to solder our new wire. So don't forget to put your little heat shield on. I guess it does fit on the bottom. Put your heat shield on, heat shrink or whatever you want to call it. Give this a little twisty. And then we'll want to attach this wire with this wire. Alright, so that's how that's going to go. We will want to bend this way so I can fit the heat shrink over. And then we'll want to solder just to make sure it's done right. See if I can Alright, so the heat shrink is done on here. It is a little tricky heating the other side of this wire, but I use the little soldering iron to like touch the end like in here. Just be careful, don't mess up any other wires. The instructions actually say to use this other piece of heat shrink and put it on this wire, which is the end of the old place that it was, so I don't really know the point of that. But I guess I will just follow instructions on doing that. So mine's a little on the short side, but all you really have to do is this, and then give it a little pinch, squish it, and you should be good to go. I know it's a little freaky to heat that right there. But alright, so that's the next step. The next thing you want to do is actually put this in the new location. Alright, so the new location is 70, which as you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, There's these one little tabs, but we're gonna be inserting the other side, which will essentially, this will have to stick through the bottom of this. So that's actually what we're gonna have to do right now. All right, it kind of snapped in. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'm just gonna use this to just push it just to make sure it looks okay. We've got our populated fuse cavity now, which they provided us in the kit, a 20 amp fuse, which we will put right there. Close this up, put the whole thing back together, and we will do a start run. Well, all right guys, that's how you do it on the F-150. I did on my 2014 Gen 1 Raptor. Actually, it's not too bad. The most difficult part actually was getting all the tabs done and then flipping the actual fuse box over. Obviously, you don't want to break anything or pull wires out or whatever, but I did the test start. If the fuel pump did not have the fuse working properly, I assume the truck wouldn't start. So anyways, that's how I did it. Hopefully I did everything right. Comment below if you have any questions, and also links are in the description for the kit that I bought online. So until next time, thank you guys again for watching.